effectively a club team into an infant program, and all of a sudden to a dominant program, having gone to the Frozen Four. He's building.
Who has missed now the last 3 games, going back to last weekend against Michigan State. Kyle Kukkonen throws one toward the net. The puck spit back.
You know, where the ref's subjective nature was deciding to go 2 instead of 5.
Well, Penn State, very dangerous
for the penalty killers.
Lawback tried to zip one to Dowiak. Loose puck grabbed by McKenna. Just taps it toward the crease in case Dowiak could make a play on it, but Hauser traps, manipulates time and space, says head coach Guy Godowski. To the line, but not out. Smith drops it off for McKenna. Backdoor pass, Webush to Marsico, shut down on another backdoor feed by Hauser. What a huge save.
What an amazing save by Hauser. Tremendous puck movement by Penn State, zigzagging their way through the offensive zone to create that backdoor opportunity.
Jackson Smith on the poke check by Wisconsin. The puck jarred back to him, off to Marsico now. High slot and cleared out by Palatichuk to Christian Fitzgerald. He scores! It's a shorthanded goal, and the Badgers grab a 1-0 lead.
Great penalty kill action for the Badgers. They turn the puck over and have a little bit of patience here. Great pass off the boards, and Fitzgerald opens up the wickets of the big netminder, 6'6". That creates some space head up. He understands right there, not a lot of look to shoot. Got the goalie to go down, and then he has to shuffle to his left and do it.
Improved their Big Ten record to 9-4. Here's a chance brewing for Aiden Fink. The save made by Hauser. Failing the rebound up to Fitzgerald, who shovels it out to center. Fitzgerald, the Badgers' goal scorer tonight, shorthanded. A massive break for Wisconsin on a penalty that could very well have been a major.
Let's take a look at the transition here. Gavin McKenna doesn't skate, he waits, and then sends an absolute laser beam out to Fink, who's
right. Grady Deering will take it for Wisconsin up against Luke Misa. Kick save by Hauser on a shot from Nick Fascia. Walked through town between games, so just a great experience for Finley and the Nittany Lions teammates, now foes in the Spengler Cup about a month ago.
Bounce on a juicy rebound.
Penn State wins that draw, and a redirected puck knocked down by Hauser. Dane Dowiak trying to play the rebound. Now Fink throws it toward the blue paint, and it's blocked and taken by Osborne. Osborne lobs the puck over Quinn Finley's shoulder, and the puck is iced, bringing it back down to Wisconsin's end.
And Finley not happy with that. He was chasing down Jared Crespo.
And in favor that Wisconsin bestowed earlier in the period. Penn State had a shorthanded goal last night. Dexheimer, save made, loose puck, covered up by Radler.
Great face-off win for Wisconsin. Now, so often you'll see defense walk the blue line and not be able to get their shot through here. I like that Dexheimer's taking time, trying to find the lane, and lets a wrist shot go. Is he trying to score? Yes. Really high pressure here by Penn State. Look at how high those forecheckers or penalty killers are.
Tassi throws one on Radler, and the big Swede shuts down.
Was in his shadow. Brady Shea obviously went on to a tremendous career that he's still enjoying in the National Hockey League. Logan Hensler has the opportunity to have the type of career.
Plays it toward the line. Palatichuk on the pinch, looking for Pietila. Loose puck off the blue paint. Ejon a jab at it. Knocked down, loose. Radler groping for it. It's chaos down low in front of the net.
Great job by Wisconsin. Pietila down, battling, trying to find that rebound. Ejon as well. Best shift of the game so far for the Badgers. Wow. Radler had to be good. When this all comes to a conclusion, you're going to have 5 white jerseys in and around that goal crease. And a key difference, what we're already being able to see, is the defense activate. Fresh penalty killing players out on the ice.
13 seconds to go in the period. Penn State not done yet. Fink, drag, shoot, save Hauser. Rebound into the corner. Smith leaves it for Dowiak, but the Badgers move it out thanks to Christian Fitzgerald and bleed the remainder of the first period clock away. About half of Penn State's power play time remaining to start.
And rewarded Mike Hastings for that with that great shorthanded strike.
Well, Penn State starts with the puck to 45 seconds. Here's Gavin McKenna over to Luke Misa. Misa down to the dot. Webush wraps it around, loose off the crease. Hauser nowhere near in position. His back was to the play. The play was whistled down.
Great job by Hauser trying to remain calm in that goal crease.
He tries to shovel it along to Dick. Backing his way into the attacking zone. Tyson Dick, cross-ice pass. Knox, shot, save, Radler. Loose puck, partially cleared, and now moved out by Matt DeMarsico. DeMarsico cuts it back. DeMarsico shoots into the glove of Hauser. Just enough defense by Ben Dexheimer for Wisconsin.
Hauser had to be sharp, but on the other end, Radler has been tested. Is right here. Montgomery transitions, builds up speed, shoots that one, and what happens? He misses the net. Finley here cuts against the grain, shoots high.
As Carter Shade throws it around. Puck nearly taken by Osborne of Wisconsin, but loose for Misa. Save Hauser. Rebound McKenna, and the loose puck. Loose puck, and Palatichuk sends it up the half wall, but Christensen knocked down by Hauser. Loose puck. Katzen looking for Misa on the back door. He couldn't get his stick on it.
Hensler stung right now. He is not in good spirits.
At the blue line, Christensen throws it in deep. Hensler's got it, flattens the puck out.
I think it's his left or his lower hand, his right hand.
Yes, you're right. Puck intercepted by Aiden Dubinsky. And Finley for Fitzgerald. Christian Fitzgerald shoots. Blocker save Radler. Osborne the rebound. Looking for Fitzgerald in deep. Hit by Collins. And a penalty coming up against Penn State.
Tremendous effort there on the back check by Horbach coming back to catch Collins.
Whose puck deflected away, and then Misa is robbed by Hauser. Oh, it quickly found its way into the slot, and Hauser was not fooled. Penn State still trying to turn the gears here, and it's deflected up into the netting for a stoppage.
Penn State doing everything they can to get the shot differential back in their favor. Hauser has had to be sharp. Take a look at the strip and feed.
Deflected puck. Dexheimer nudges it along. Here's Finley with the entry. Finley has the edge. Dexheimer jabbing at the puck, but Radler shuts half wall. He collides with Chin DeGraves. And this is Van Olm. Taken back by the Badgers. Ejan over the red line. Still at center ice. Horbach wraps one to the Penn State blue line. Pietila looking for Horbach in front. It's on the side of the net. And that was Ejan who was tiptoeing just off the crease, but Penn State avoids the scare.
Too many men on the ice for the Wisconsin Badgers. They had a player bursting off, but let's first take a look at this zone entry and what Radler had to deal with. Horbach trying to bat that back into Ejan as this saucer pass gets tipped, and then right here, trying to get it back in front. Ejan's stick raised by a Penn State back checker. Actually, Chin DeGraves, watch this deft little pass in. Great timing there by Horbach, and the lift of the stick there by Chin DeGraves.
That was deflected in the direction of Laubach. McKenna's got it now, moves it to the dot, sent to Godowski, looking for Laubach in front. McKenna out on the wing. Fink, one-timer, it broke his stick, and half of it goes into the third row at the Kohl Center.
The fans are loving that. So we've had two Penn State sticks break just recently. Jackson Smith earlier in this period with the kind of shoot like a shot pass in for him to deflect.
McKenna just wide stick side on Hauser, and Webush through the crease, no one backdoor. Smith for McKenna. Again on his opposite wing. Smith for McKenna, just off the dot in the slot. DeMarsico shot blocked. McKenna gets it back to the point. Smith. One-timer DeMarsico blocked by Dexheimer. Looked like it hurt. Misa fires, deflected into the corner. Badgers at full strength. DeMarsico and Misa from the corner. Lass. Hensler trying to play it with his glove. It's jumped on by Shea Van Olm. 2-on-1. Katzen for Van Olm. Spit back out toward the half wall. Shade fires high off the glass. Dane Dowiak as Penn State after a rolling puck high slot, looking for Dick on the return feed as the Badgers try and get numbers in the zone. Tassi intercepts the puck. looking for a man in front. Rainbow puck loose in the crease. Badgers a hack and whack, and Botterill scores. No, it's waved off. It is waved off. No goal.
Wow. Flurries of activity. Couldn't see clear enough to see if it was Tassi or Dick that went in. I think tried to almost carry it or bump it in off their breezers or shin pads. The officials are obviously discussing.
On the ice is that the Wisconsin player put himself into the goalie paint. Therefore, no goal. There's goaltender interference, no penalty.
Yes, it was that play exactly that I was talking about. It's going to be coming from your left. You're going to see a player go down on their knees trying to effectively shuttle that puck into the net. Right there. Makes contact with the netminder. And right there, Radler has no opportunity after the Wisconsin forward makes contact with him in the goal crease area right here. Great call by the official, great positioning. Being proactive and understanding the situation. Crease creature's not enjoying this, I'll tell you that, down at the other end of the action.
But an astute call.
Yep, right call, no doubt.
Jonathan Sitarski, Colin Cronforst, our referees. Jonathan Sladek and Riley Bowles are our linesmen tonight.
But this is the way Wisconsin needs to play to win this game. They need to play down below the dots, play heavier.
Oh, there's goaltender interference. Wisconsin loses their timeout.
That was one of the shortest reviews I've seen.
Yeah, it wasn't a long one, that's for sure. And I think that was the right call from the get-go. Easy for us to play armchair quarterback up here versus the coach's perspective.
Collins avoids a hit from Quinn Finley. Matt DeMarsico starting a rush for Penn State. Shot blocked by Osborne, saved by Hauser. From the pillow, Osborne took it off his netminder. And DeMarsico
in the neutral zone by the Badgers to not try to jam that into the neutral zone forecheck.
In front, Montgomery save Radler. Loose in the slot. Off Montgomery's glove. Penn State in position for the puck. Not necessarily in control of it, but here's Kukkonen. Wraparound denied. Montgomery shoulders with shade of Penn State in the corner now. Tassi up with it, or rather Deering. Now Montgomery.
Oh, I thought that slash was going to get called as Montgomery's.
Botterill deflected it below the goal line. Botterill plays the puck as the horn sounds. And an entertaining final minute to the second period here in the Kohl Center yields no goals. And like the end of the first period, both sides need to be separated.
I'll tell you what, this has been a spirited game, and there have been emotions at the end of both of these periods, throughout the periods as well, despite the fact that we haven't had, a massive number of power play opportunities. These teams both would be wise to make sure that they stay disciplined. You don't want to be that Nebraska-Omaha. And hard to watch a game like this and think he's not going to play the next game. Like, right? You're going to put Josh Fleming in, who also has been great.
Quinn Finley. Radler gets to the post. Dexheimer a drive. That's deflected up into the netting, and very fitting that we start the period talking about Kevin Radler.
I mean, it's like Quinn Finley knew what we were up to, and he said, you know what, I'll give you guys another highlight. Trying to turn in and shield that puck with his leg. Cuts across. And Radler is able to take the bottom halfway. Not sure if that just fractionally kissed off the post. Maybe we'll see here at this angle. Defensive play.
Ball back in his own end, taken by Botterill. Botterill taken off the puck by Gavin McKenna. And look out, Aiden Fink. He's in. Save Hauser.
How about we haven't said much about Gavin McKenna in the second period. All of a sudden, he snares a puck out of some traffic and puts Fink in all alone.
Wisconsin grabbed by Quinn Finley. Fitzgerald with Finley. Fitzgerald saved by Radler. Loose puck dropped down by Osborne. And it drifts below the goal line.
Osborne had his hand on that puck, I believe, as he was brought down to the ice.
Now DeMarsico with it. Wiebusch was calling for it back door. DeMarsico didn't have an opportunity to feed him the puck. Deflected to the half wall. Shade. 2-on-2 with Osborne. DeMarsico brushed to the blue line. Webush. High slot. Shoots. Scores! J.J. Webush, the Madison area native, ties the game in the third period, and Micah Parsons loves it.
Sure, fans don't even know what to do, if they should tell him to sit down and support the Badgers, but then they realize, he's a pretty big guy. We don't want to do that. J.J. Webush, hot to start the season, shoots this one through traffic. Huge goal for Penn State. They go high to low. That makes the defense skate. Webush creates separation. Hauser has a hard time tracking that puck through.
Here's a bouncing puck down the half wall. Talt grabs it. Long pass up ahead off the glove of Montgomery. Montgomery save made by Radler.
Wow. What a play by Blake Montgomery. Catches that puck, puts it down on the ice, and Radler has the answer again. Just the calm that he got it down. He was able to, control that puck with his hand, and look at it bounce there, and he's still able to try to open up, going 5.
But Penn State hangs on. Lawback for DeMarsico. He bats it out of midair and off the glass. Lawback. Bruno Ejon. Shot, save Radler. Ejon after the rebound. Deering had the initial shot on goal, and Dane Dowiak not happy about it.
Dowiak going back at Deering. There is a 4th time with the official right there. That's surprising. 1 time, 2 times, okay. 3 and 4, I'm super surprised that the captain.
And thrown in by Fink. Penn State changing up. Reese Lawback on the ice. Crespo on the pinch, and the puck covered up by Hauser, who makes another save.
Freshman coming in from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Off the glass and out to center. Jared Crespo behind Webush. DeMarsico drag, shoot, save made, rebound, score! Reese Lawback for the Nittany Lions gives Penn State the lead in the third.
Huge goal for the Nittany Lions. They gained some speed through the neutral zone, but this goal is set up because they're going to go laterally across the top of the circle. That creates some problems of depth with the defense, and this is what I'm talking about. That drag across makes it awfully difficult for Hauser to track. He does so, makes that save. And then Lawback is going to pounce on that rebound there. Pooh cues that one in for the first lead for Penn. Taking that proverbial next step.
There was a former San Jose Shark in the house tonight, Joe Pavelski, honored as. There's another broken stick out on the ice. Dexheimer, a one-timer in front.
That broken 6, a Penn State defender, it's Jared Crespo. Somebody needs to give him a stick.
Badgers hang on. Fitzgerald at the point for Osborne, top of the circle. Osborne blocked. Shea Van Olm clears for Penn State. Drifting towards the open net. Dexheimer scoops it out of harm's way for Wisconsin. We've got a minute to play. Fitzgerald rockets one into the corner. And Simon Tassi blocks the clear for Penn State, but now Gavin McKenna, he scores! It's an empty net goal for Penn State. And it all but puts this one out of reach. Micah Parsons knows what time it is. It's McKenna's 10th goal of the season. And they're streaming for the exits in the Kohl Center.
The Badgers come in with a spirited effort there. McKenna gets that stick on that puck just enough to spin and fire. What a comeback for the Nittany Lions.
Trending a program record. And they're a perfect 6-0 in the Big Ten since the new year. 12 seconds left, and Radler traps another one. Just about everybody has had enough.
Well, Jackson Smith just said, you know what, if you're going to poke at our goalie, I'm going to cross-check you right in the back. And that's when chaos ensued. And now we have another Penn State line. Penn State Nittany Lion, I think, has Osborne down there. Hensler coming to his aid. The Penn State players grabbing the face mask of Logan Hensler, which is an auto ejection. Now Botterill's going back at somebody as well. The official is being tossed around, ragdolled, you might say. Now Dowiak is in there. I don't think you want any piece of Montgomery. Lots of years of major junior hockey and more than a tilt or two in his history. Pointing at that scoreboard if Montgomery decides to reach around without a helmet.
Dowiak pumping up the Penn State bench.
Really care about him. I'm a coach.
So true. Oh, Nolan Collins taunting the Wisconsin student section on his way off the ice. Kane Dowiak with an early trip to the showers as well. As we mentioned, Penn State returns home for a huge series against Michigan State.
If they can keep this run going against Michigan State, you know, all of a sudden, you know, there'll be one or two in the nation. That is the real litmus test. And sometimes the outdoor games, you know, can, you know, be difficult depending on the weather. So now we have Botterill leaving, as well as Tyson Dick. I mean, but last year when we were in Madison, the ice was awesome. The environment was tremendous. And I hope it's just like that, you know, for the game at Beaver Stadium, because it's going to have two incredible hockey teams that are both, you know, rounded into some really nice form.
Yeah.
And consequential points for the Big Ten. I mean, you talked about how tight things have been in Big Ten play this season, as Chindagraves is unhappy with Deering kind of lining up and just straddling where Chindagraves would like to be.
And hopefully it's just a little bit milder than it is this weekend. I'm kind of glad there wasn't an outdoor.
It's great that it's not this weekend. This would have been difficult. I got one more player being sent to the showers.
Aiden Fink, who's been fired up all game long. Hope this doesn't get too out of hand here.
All you got to do is look at who's on the ice. I'd say Grady Deering's probably been the most spirited of the forwards out there right now.
Final 10 seconds here, and Wisconsin content to idle on the puck and end the weekend on a sour note. On the night the Badgers honor the 2006 National Championship team.